Hello, this is Anna. It's very nice to see you on my YouTube channel. In this video, I would like us to talk about indirect speech. In any language, there is a direct speech and indirect speech. Direct speech is when a person says something. For example, I can say, "Я хочу пойти в кино." I want to go to the movies. "Я хочу пойти в кино." That's what direct speech is. If somebody retells what I said, that is the indirect speech. Анна сказала, что она хочет пойти в кино. Anna said she wanted to go to the movies. That is the indirect speech. So that is the topic I would like us to discuss today. If you like this video and find it useful, please let me know with your likes and comments. The concept of indirect speech is really easy in Russian. We don't have to match the tenses, for example, like we would do in English. The only thing you have to do is to change the pronoun and the verb form. If I say "Я хочу пойти в кино", I use the pronoun "я", and of course I conjugate the verb "хочу" for I form. If you retell what I said, you will say "Она сказала, что она хочет пойти в кино". You replace "я" with "она" and "хочу" with "хочет". It's really easy. But there is one aspect of this indirect speech concept that is a little bit more complex in Russian. They are sentences with if or whether. Something like, she asked me if I wanted to go to the movies. So let's have a closer look at those sentences. For example, somebody asks me, "Ты хочешь пойти в кино?" Do you want to go to the movies? Ты хочешь пойти в кино? And if I retell this question to another person, I can say, he asked me if I wanted to go to the movies. Он спросил, хочу ли я пойти в кино? Please have a closer look at this sentence. You see that I don't use если. Если, that also means if, is used in conditional sentences. If the weather is fine, we will go to the ocean. Если погода будет хорошей, мы поедем на океан. But if your if in the English sentence can be replaced with whether, it means that you cannot use если. You will need to use this word ли. There is one rule about ли that is really important. If you look at my sentence, you will see that it's a compound sentence. He asked is the first part. If I wanted to go to the movies is the second part. So the word li always needs to be on the second position in the second part of the sentence. It is preceded by one word only, and this word is the information that you want to get. What I mean by this? Let's look at my example again. Он спросил, хочу ли я пойти в кино. He asked me whether I want to go to the movies or I don't want to go to the movies. That's the meaning that I want to convey. That's why the word хочу is before ли. Хочу ли я пойти в кино? Whether I want to go to the movies. Еще пример. Let's say my friend asks, вы ездили на море? Did you go to the seashore? Вы ездили на море? If I want to retell her question, I will say, Маша спросила, ездили ли мы на море? Maria asked whether we went to the seashore. Маша спросила, ездили ли мы на море? So she wants to know whether we went there or we did not go. Еще пример. Oh, my friend asks, ты знаешь моего брата? Do you know my brother? Ты знаешь моего брата? So I will say, она спросила, знаю ли я ее брата. She asked me whether I knew her brother. Она спросила, знаю ли я ее брата. Of course, you can say, она спросила меня, она спросила нас, да, but you don't have to use the pronoun really. Она спросила, знаю ли я ее брата. A few more examples. Let's say somebody asks, у вас есть эта книга? Do you have this book? When I retell this question, I will say, они спросили, есть ли у нас эта книга? They asked whether we have this book. So they want to know if we have it or not. That's why the word есть, there is, will go before ли. Они спросили, есть ли у нас эта книга. And one more example. Let's say my friend asks, завтра будет хорошая погода? Will the weather be fine tomorrow? Завтра будет хорошая погода? So I can say, он спросил, будет ли завтра хорошая погода? So he wants to know if the weather is going to be fine or not. That's why the word будет, will be, goes before ли. Будет ли завтра хорошая погода? Please keep in mind that sometimes Russian native speakers, especially those who live abroad, especially those who live in English-speaking countries, tend to use если in these sentences. So you can hear something like он спросил, если завтра будет хорошая погода. So please, you must know that this is incorrect. This is not a correct or good Russian. It's just that people who have been in a foreign environment for a long time start translating this construction from English into Russian, due to various reasons. So please don't do this. Don't use если in these type of sentences. All right, now let's take the next step and look at a sentence that's a little bit longer. For example, my friend asks, вы купили новую машину? Have you bought a new car? Вы купили новую машину? So, here we can create a few sentences with ли, depending on what piece of information she's asking about. The most basic example, she asked if we bought a new car or not. In this case, our sentence is она спросила, купили ли мы новую машину. She wants to know whether we bought the car or not. That's why купили is the piece of information she wants to get, so it goes before ли. Купили ли мы новую машину? But maybe she wants to know whether we bought a new car or a used car. In this case, our ли sentence is going to change. Она спросила, новую ли машину мы купили. Она спросила, новую ли машину мы купили или старую. So she wants to know whether we bought a new car or an old car. That's why новую is the piece of information she is inquiring about. It goes before ли. And we can make even one more sentence here. She wants to know whether we bought a new car or maybe our neighbors bought a new car. Она спросила, мы ли купили новую машину? Да? So she wants to know whether it was us or somebody else. So we say, мы ли купили новую машину? Или это соседи купили новую машину? Еще пример. Somebody asks, вы вчера приготовили грибной суп? Did you make mushroom soup yesterday? Вы вчера приготовили грибной суп? The most basic question here is whether we made the soup or not. In this case, он спросил, приготовили ли мы грибной суп вчера? Да? Он спросил, приготовили ли мы суп? He asked whether we made the soup or not. But what if the person wants to know if we made mushroom soup or, let's say, chicken soup? In this case, our sentence will be, он спросил, грибной ли суп мы приготовили? So please keep in mind that only one word goes before ли. That's why грибной, then ли, and then soup. Maybe the person wants to know if we made the soup yesterday or the day before yesterday. Он спросил, вчера ли мы приготовили суп? Или, может быть, позавчера. Он спросил, вчера ли мы приготовили суп? Or maybe the person wants to know if we made the soup or somebody else cooked the soup. In this case, the sentence is, он спросил, мы ли приготовили этот суп? Или кто-то другой, or somebody else. So please keep in mind that whatever I say after или кто-то другой, или позавчера, you don't really have to say those things. It's already included in the meaning of this ли. Мы ли приготовили суп? It already means, were it you or was it somebody else? The sentence «Вчера ли вы приготовили суп» already includes this opposition. Was it yesterday or was it some other day? Да? So you don't really have to say или something else. Ли already gets this meaning. Okay, let's look at the last example. We have a sentence. В следующем году они поедут в Париж. Next year they are going to Paris. В следующем году они поедут в Париж. So if we retell this question, we can ask something like he asked whether they would go to Paris or not. Он спросил, поедут ли они в Париж в следующем году. Поедут ли они в Париж в следующем году? Or maybe he asked whether they would go to Paris or to Rome. Он спросил, в Париж ли они поедут в следующем году? Он спросил, в Париж ли они поедут в следующем году? Or maybe, will they go to Paris next year or in 2 years? Он спросил, в следующем ли году они поедут в Париж? So I'm asking whether it's gonna be next year or some other year. That's why the word next is what I put before li. And preposition comes together with the next. So we kind of count it as one word. Он спросил, в следующем ли году они поедут в Париж? And of course we can ask, he asked whether they would go to Paris or somebody else. Он спросил, они ли поедут в Париж в следующем году? Alright, that's it. I hope it makes sense. Now let's practice a little bit. I will give you 2 sentences and I want you to ask as many questions as you can to this sentence, and please write your answers in the comments below. And again, if you like this video and find it useful, please let me know with likes and comments. They are very important for me. Вот и все на сегодня. Спасибо большое. Увидимся. Пока.